Hey everybody, Mr. Calbeck here. Uh, Great to see you all again. Oops, let's go ahead and shut the old pantry here. You don't have to see in there. Anyway, we're going to talk about circles today. It's a very short lesson because we've already learned it before. It's just going to be a review. So we're going to be talking about angles within circles today. And so hopefully this is going to seem super familiar. As last time, the homework is going to be to show me the notes and do the homework. But the notes will be very short, and this lesson should be pretty short too. So we're going to be looking at circles again. All right, so here's your circle. We'll give it, how about W? Circle W today. And we're going to be looking at some different angles. There's a couple of things that we're looking at here. I can draw any sort of angle in here. Most of you guys know that the center of the circle, all of them added up, is going to be 360. But this particular piece is called a central angle. So if I give this angle x is a central angle. And that makes sense because its vertex is the center of the circle. That's actually the definition. So a central angle is an angle whose vertex is at the center. Now, a central angle is going to make an arc. Now, an arc is part of a circle. So it's this length right here. And there's two ways to measure arc. We can talk about how many degrees it is and how long it is. In this particular part here, we're going to talk about just going to talk about the angles for a minute, and we'll talk about the measure in a sec. All right, so we're going to talk about just the degrees. There's three kinds of arcs. Again, the length in the outside is called an arc. And when we're talking about the angles of it, we usually use multiple points on the outside here. So I can call this A, this point B, and maybe we have another point out here, C. All right. So if I want to talk about the arc, I could say that maybe angle X is 100 degrees. Okay. That means that the arc could also be 100 degrees. So the measure of the central angle and the measure of the arc in degrees will be the same measure. So I would say angle X equals 100 degrees, and the measure of arc AB is also 100 degrees. Okay, so you can measure arcs in terms of degrees, and that's totally fine. Hopefully that makes sense. And whatever your angle is, of your central angle, will be the same as your arc. If you want to talk about the angles, you need to have this little letter M to refer to measure. Okay, there's three kinds of arcs. There's minor, major, and semicircle. I can't spell today. It's semicircle. Okay, these are all the kinds of arcs. For a minor arc is just less than 180. Okay, so it's an arc less than 180 degrees. So the arc AB would be a minor arc. A major arc is, you guessed it, more than 180 degrees. Yes, I spelled more like that to help you remember. I just like to troll my students. Sorry about that. So this would be a major arc. Okay, if you want to talk about a major arc, you need to have three different points. Because I can't say major arc AB because AB would be the minor arc. I need to know that it goes through point C. So I would say measure of arc ACB with a little arc symbol over it equals. Take a second to see if you can figure out what the arc would equal. Pause it if you need to. Okay, the arc is going to be 360, because that's the whole, minus 100. So it would be 360 minus, it would be 260, 260 degrees. So a major arc has 3 letters and is bigger than 180. A minor arc has 2 letters and is less than 180. The other kind of arc that you can have is a semicircle. You also need 3 for that. I'm going to draw a new diagram here. So we can call this circle X. And I need to have some points here. I'll just use T, U, V. So if I want a semicircle is just half of a circle. So it's always going to have an arc measure of 180 degrees, will be represented by 3 letters. So I would say the measure of semicircle, TUV, is equal to 180. Okay. And honestly, that's about it for today. If you can be at all creative, you're going to be able to answer all the questions in the homework tonight, knowing that circles have 360 degrees, and knowing that major arcs have 3 letters and minor have 2. You're going to be in good shape there. So that's all you really need to be able to do. I think you'll do fine tonight. But if you do have questions, as always, please ask. I'd love to help you. A lot of you are coming in and asking for help after the test. Guys, it's a test. Every time you don't watch a video, you are cutting class. Just as a reminder there. So I'm not going to be able to help you after I pass out the test. You need to ask before. You need to come to class by watching the video. You need to come to live streams if you are confused. And you need to email me. Please don't wait until the test to do that. It's really important that you're asking when you need help. Okay? I think you guys do well on this today. Best of luck, and I will see you next time.